Welcome to Metamodel Questions, a powerful NLP technique for challenging limiting beliefs and expanding your thinking. Your mind is full of vague, limiting statements. I can't. I always fail. Everyone thinks it's impossible. These statements feel true, but they're vague, and vague statements don't stand up to specific questions. Metamodel questions challenge these patterns. They ask for specificity, evidence, clarity, and when you're forced to be specific, limiting beliefs often collapse. In the next few minutes, you'll take a limiting belief and question it deeply, not to argue with yourself, but to reveal the assumptions, deletions, and distortions that keep you stuck. Let's challenge your thinking. Think of a limiting belief you have, something you tell yourself that holds you back. Maybe it's I can't do X, or I'm not good enough, or I always mess up, or nobody likes me. Choose one. Something you say to yourself often, something that feels true, but also keeps you stuck. Got it? Good. Hold that belief in mind. We're about to question it deeply. Now, let's question this belief. Listen to these questions and answer them honestly in your mind. Question 1. Challenge can't. If your belief says I can't, ask yourself, can't, or haven't yet, or haven't found a way yet. What specifically prevents you? Is it truly impossible? Or just difficult? Or uncomfortable? Notice the difference between impossible and haven't figured out how yet. Question 2. Challenge absolutes. If your belief uses always, never, everyone, or nobody, ask always, every single time, or sometimes. Can you think of even one exception? If I always fail, what about that time you succeeded? If nobody likes me, what about that person who does? One exception breaks an absolute. Find it. Question 3. Challenge generalizations. If your belief generalizes, ask, who specifically? When specifically? In what situation specifically? I'm not good enough. Not good enough for whom? According to whose standards? Compared to what? In which specific area? Vague statements hide truth. Specificity reveals it. Question 4. Challenge mind reading. If your belief assumes what others think, ask, how do you know? What evidence do you have? Have you asked them? They think I'm incompetent. They? Who? All of them. How do you know what they think? Are you certain or assuming? You can't read minds. Release assumed knowledge. Question 5. Challenge have to. If your belief says I have to, I must, I should, ask, have to, or choose to. What would happen if you didn't? What are you afraid would happen? I have to is often I choose to because of X consequence. That's different. That's choice, not obligation. Reclaim your agency. Question 6. Challenge. Cause effect. If your belief says X makes me feel Y. Ask, makes you. How specifically does it cause that? Could you choose to feel differently? Do you give it that power? This job makes me miserable. Or, you feel miserable in this job. That's different. One has power, one doesn't. Reclaim your emotional power. Question 7. Open possibilities. Finally, ask, what if the opposite were true? What would be possible then? What if you could? What if it were easier than you think? Open your mind to possibilities you've been dismissing. Take a breath. You've just questioned your limiting belief from 7 different angles. Notice what's shifted. Think about that. Limiting belief again. Does it still feel as solid, as absolute, as true? Probably not, because you've examined it, questioned it, found exceptions, assumptions, and vagueness. The belief might still have some truth, but it's not the absolute, unchangeable truth you thought it was. This is metamodel power, not denial. Clarification, not forcing positivity. Revealing reality. You can use these questions anytime a limiting belief arises. Challenge it. Question it. Demand specificity. Vague beliefs keep you stuck. Specific examination sets you free. Your thinking is more flexible now, more open, more empowered. This is expanded awareness. This is cognitive freedom. Take a deep breath. You've just challenged a limiting belief with precision questions. Use these questions in your daily life. When you hear yourself say, I can't, I always, everyone, or I have to pause. Question it. Demand specificity. Your beliefs shape your reality. Choose them carefully. Examine them thoroughly. A quick note. Metamodel is a thinking tool for self-examination and expanding awareness. It works best when you're calm and ready for inquiry. If you're in emotional crisis or overwhelm, return to this technique later. And for deeply rooted trauma beliefs or clinical conditions, work with a qualified therapist who can guide this process safely. Use these questions wisely. Challenge your thinking. Expand your possibilities. Thank you for questioning with me.